On Riverdale's campus app, 2 nights before the first snowfall, I scrolled straight into an Exposa-cheater post. The headline hooked me instantly. To the Riverdale physics junior waiting for her boyfriend to watch the first snow, he's two-timing you. Inside was a voice memo. The girl sounded wool-scarf muffled. If you ditch me for that nerd, you'll never see the new pajamas. The guy's voice was hoarse, half resigned, half turned on. Fine, I'll stay with you. The recording kept playing, but I'd already frozen. University, major, both matched mine. That guy's voice was unbearably familiar. So my boyfriend was dating behind my back. Before we go on, smash subscribe and comment where you're listening. The second I heard him, my mind went white. My first instinct was denial. No way. Impossible. Chase would never two-time. We were solid, had promised to watch the first snow together every year. He'd said, Serena, couples who share the first snow stay happy forever. Wear the matching parka I bought you, okay? I'll snap my baby at her prettiest in the flakes. I'm too hyped to sleep, wish tomorrow would hurry up. He even texted me the train ticket he'd bought. Looked like he really couldn't wait. But could it really be coincidence? Same scenario, waiting for a boyfriend to watch the first snow. Same school, same junior year physics track. If that could still be luck, could I misidentify Chase's voice? The next second Chase's own text murdered every last excuse. Serena, I'm so sorry, department stuff just popped up, I can't come tomorrow. I'll make it up double, promise. Be good. 2 lines. Enough to yank me out of my daze. No more self-delusion. The guy in the call-out post was Chase. I forced 2 deep breaths and replayed the memo. The girl wasn't crystal clear, yet her pitch felt naggingly familiar. I'd met the poster at once, said I was almost certainly the Riverdale physics girl getting cheated on, and begged for every detail. She wrote back instantly, Girl. I was scared you'd never turn up. They look classy but flaunted it like shameless dogs. From her sketch, the guy was 100% Chase. The girl, about 5 feet 4 inches, almond eyes, tiny mole on right outer corner, full kitten vibe. She kept going, furious for me, wishing she'd snatched photos. But those adjectives were plenty. A ghost from high school surfaced in my head. Luna. Chase's and my old classmate. But how could it be her? I'd imagined a new campus flirt or some Eastbrook girl he'd met. Never Luna. We'd all hated one another senior year. I thought we were done forever. Yet it was her. Wondering could wait. I thanked the whistleblower, jumped to her IG, and, old classmate stalking is easy, found Luna's page. Jackpot. Her profile pic was identical to mine. Chase and I had kept our couple avatar for ages, but a month ago he mailed me a fresh custom set. I'd swapped without suspicion. Now it was obvious, he wanted Luna's girl half, so he simply gave me hers to hide the overlap. Next, Luna's geotags matched Chase's. She'd enrolled in Eastbrook too. Whenever I'd mentioned her, he'd shrugged who? No cracks at all. Finally, 15 minutes earlier she'd posted, first snow vibes, fried chicken, craft beer, and my guy who dropped everything for me. An IP friend teased, stink of love. Where's the snow date? Luna replied with a 4-digit influencer hotspot and a smug tongue-out emoji. When truth slaps you this hard, you don't cry, you laugh. Riverdale's an hour from Eastbrook by bullet train. I booked a ticket and a table at that very restaurant. Next afternoon, winter wind knifing my cheeks, I watched Chase and Luna enjoy their first snow. Luna cooed for him to carry her bag. He hooked an arm around her waist, smirking some private joke as they headed for the door. Oh, those parkas were the model Chase had gifted me. Apparently couple outfits came in duplicate now. To stay invisible I'd dressed like every other kid, black quilted coat, huge face mask, thick wool scarf, an NPC in their love story. I slid into the booth behind them. The boy who once swore lifelong love sat one tall cushion away, whispering to someone else. My phone, muted, lit. Chase, baby, what are you up to? See any snow yet? Even here he still clocked in. Luna hated the distraction and lunged for his phone. Today you're mine only. Tisk, Chase hissed, annoyed yet still pulling her close. He lifted the phone out of reach, eyes on the screen, soothing her. Easy. I'm here, snow and all, be good. I sipped my latte. The rich roast couldn't drown the nausea. Smirking, I typed back, no. First snow only matters with someone you love, right? Instant reply, I know, blame my evil department. Guilt makes people overshare. He snapped the snowy street outside and sent it. This is Eastbrook's first fall. I'll grind, ace the GRE, transfer to your lab, then we'll watch snow together every year. Dylan brushed his throat with her lips, he groaned. She snatched the phone and blacked the screen. Dating a robot like Serena? All she does is study and write cringe snow poetry, lame. Chase's voice cooled. Shut it. You don't get to trash her. Mad? She clung tighter, sparkling. You defend her, I get jealous. He tapped her nose, softening. Pot, kettle, you dragged me to see snow too. Nope, she whispered, breath hot in his ear. What I really want to show you is. The rest was inaudible, something about lingerie. Chase's breath hitched, he laughed low. Then why are we still watching snow? He tugged her up, she pretended reluctance. Say it, who's more fun, me or Serena? You, okay? You win. I stopped the voice memo and tailed them through the drifting crowds. 2 blocks later I raised my phone and shot them checking into the Sterling Grand. On an unfamiliar Eastbrook street, wind sliced straight through me. Knowing and seeing our different monsters. The pain I'd chained all afternoon erupted, my ribs spasmed. Chase's back looked like a stranger's. I could have stepped up, cursed him, slapped him, ended things messy. Had he forgotten? Back when Luna mocked him for climbing by dating me, I jumped in, even took detention for fighting her. Today they used that memory as flirty banter, made me a prop. My defense had stabbed me. My real feelings were punchlines. I watched them enter the elevator, stamped life back into my frozen feet, and walked away without looking back. Anyone who strings hearts along deserves no clean break. If I got one wish for this first snow, it was this. Chase must choke on equal, or multiplied, pain. Only then will it be fair. On the late train tailored to Riverdale, the landscape blurred. I stared at nothing and remembered, 8th grade, the day Chase moved in next door. The moment he transferred in, he became the most talked about guy in our grade. There were 3 reasons for the sudden fame. He was ridiculously good looking. His mother had a volcanic temper and screamed at him nonstop, and his family was flat out poor. I remember the whispered verdict the girls passed in the corridors: beauty, grit, tragedy. It was just him and his mom. No one ever saw Chase's father. You could regularly hear her shrill voice tearing through their apartment. It's all because you're useless. If you'd only tried harder, your dad could never have abandoned us. Bit by bit, the gossip grew teeth. Word went around that Chase's mother had been some rich man's secret mistress, and when the wife found out, mother and son were tossed onto the street. Carrying the label love child, Chase's life at school was hell, and at home the berating never stopped. Every failure was proof he couldn't win his father's love. His answer to it all was total surrender. He simply stopped trying. One afternoon he was in the alley behind the gym, fists flying with the boys who loved mocking his pedigree. When I got there, he was sprawled alone on the asphalt, blood trailing down his forehead, bruises blooming everywhere. I ran to the pharmacy for antiseptic and band-aids. He lifted his lashes, those elegant eyes flat and cold. You know I'm a love child, right? So why bother? I dabbed iodine across the gash on his brow. You don't get to pick your parents or your birth. His lashes quivered, startled. After the scabs healed, he told me the real story. His mom hadn't been anyone's mistress. His dad had simply met a socialite who could rocket his career and dumped them without a backward glance. Do you believe me? I nodded. A spark flared in his pupils, then guttered into self-mockery. Two-timing father, hysterical mother, don't you just feel sorry for me? If I'd had a choice, I'd rather never have been born. I was quiet a beat, then said, you do have a choice. Your dad is your dad, you are you. Work hard, and you can still build a life of your own. I still remember the sunset that evening, the same fire that reignited in the boy's eyes. From that day on, I became Chase's best, maybe only, friend. His mom stayed trapped in her tragedy, forever fantasizing that the man would come crawling back. So Chase's life stayed brutal, financially and emotionally. Still, every time he scored something tasty, he saved it for me. When my parents learned how rough things were for him, they scolded me for not speaking up and started inviting him over for dinner. Rain or shine, he packed an umbrella and a coat for me, fussing more than my own parents. The walk home from night study meant cutting through a dim block, and every single evening he detoured to deliver me to my door. Around the same time, Chase stopped coasting and started hitting the books. That was the year Luna transferred in. She was a knockout and knew how to style herself. While the rest of us lived in sweats and eye bags, she popped like a neon sign. She was voted campus queen the first week. Some classmates argued that, if you looked closely, Serena was just as pretty. I shrugged it off. Luna, however, took it as a declaration of war. The calmer I stayed, the more frantic she became. But I had decent grades, solid family backing, her snide barbs just soaked into cotton, so she zeroed in on Chase. Serena, big deal, you ace tests. I hear you're tight with Chase? Birds of a feather, you must be trash, too. Everyone knows he's a love child ditched. Dirt poor and dumb as rocks, lol. I exploded, me who never raised my voice, kicked the back of her knee and jumped her. We rolled on the tiles, both bleeding by the time teachers yanked us apart. That was my first school fight and my first forced apology over the PA, yet I'd do it again in a heartbeat. Chase pressed a warm egg against my swollen lip. Forget Luna. Just a clown on steroids. I winced, I can't stand hearing her trash you. 3 years later that boomerang buried itself in my forehead. The boy I'd fought to protect had joined the girl who'd humiliated him to knife me in the back. Turns out I was the real clown. When exactly Chase and Luna went underground, I can't say. Still, I'd felt him drifting. He's sharp, after a long sludge of failing grades, he rocketed up the rankings once he cared. He crammed to reach Riverdale University with me. Teachers openly marveled at the climb. Then, right before Ellis, the vanished father reappeared. Chase and his mom screamed for nights, her sobs rattling the neighborhood. I don't want his money or his name, and neither should you. Are you insane? He finally wants us back. No one can call me mistress or you love child ever again. Chase, you'll drive me to my grave. The turmoil knocked 30 points off his final score. Riverdale was out. He wanted any random college in Riverdale City just to stay near me. I blocked that stunt. We hunted options and parked him at an Eastbrook school a short train ride away. Meanwhile, Daddy Sterling hauled them back into the mansion. I teased him about suddenly being a prince. He shook his head. You really think his guilt just woke up? The wife died, left one daughter, and he remembered he still had spare male heir insurance. Life in the Sterling dungeon was no fairy tale. His dad reminded him daily that a 60-year-old can still father kids, so don't bank on the will. Chase snorted, as if I'm drooling over his billions. Serena, I'll ace grad school entrance and meet you at Riverdale. We'll build our own empire. He never forgot the vow. I believed him. He became the one who broke it. At first, he texted study bulletins every other day, spammed me snapshots of clouds, library cats, the lunch lady's trembling ladle. Gradually the ratio tilted from grind to glamour, message frequency thinned. No surprise, rich boy, new girl on his arm, harder to fake undying love. Next morning, right on schedule. Morning, babe. 5 silent minutes later, did you see the first snowfall pic I sent? Sucks we weren't together. My fault. Don't be mad? I zoomed in and laughed. He'd shot the cafe window, body angled to block Luna's reflection. He missed the faint silhouette in the lower corner, me, in my black parka. Old flame, new toy, same frame, comedy gold. At this hour they were probably still tangled in hotel sheets while he texted me. The image turned my stomach. Breakfast lost its appeal. I tried silence, but he called. I declined, he redialed. I caved, typing, busy, but your class schedule shows you're free mornings. I quit replying and focused on work. Sensing frost, he peppered me all day. The forgotten library cat suddenly resurfaced. The lunch lady's ladle still shook, cabbage without pork. That impossible textbook was back in his hands, a page and a half of notes already conquered. Far from touching me, Casey, winter fan in summer, it all felt like stage props. I iced him until night. Video call rings. Crazy day? He asked, voice small. Yep. About yesterday. Department thing, got it. I cut in. He swallowed. I let silence rot. He rubbed his face, forced a grin. My turn to swing. Gotta go. Roommates showering. Texts exploded the second I hung up. You're still mad, babe. I promised to make it up. Morgan, wait for your surprise. Love you. 4 days until Morgan, our anniversary. He's sure a grand gesture will rewind the clock. But celebrating a rotting relationship, what's richer dark humor than that? Alex, at 7:40 a.m. sharp, I head out to the physics through time exhibition I've been dying to see. I'm barely in the rideshare when a text lands. Babe, I'm downstairs. I power off the phone without hesitation. Under the hollow interactive dome of the exhibit, I lost myself in the vast glamour of the universe. I didn't power my phone back on until 4 in the afternoon. Besides 99 plus texts and missed calls from Chase, my roommate had bombarded me too. Serena, timing is hilarious. He refused to believe you'd left at dawn for the museum. He's been camping outside the dorm tower all day, probably skipped lunch. Kept punching messages like a maniac, must be freaking out. Maybe just answer one call? I froze grabbing takeout, feel kind of sorry for him. She even snapped a photo from our balcony. His face was hidden, but the hand clutching gifts was lobster red from cold. Even though I'd told her he was timing me, watching him stand in the freeze all day tugged at her pity. I shot back. Girl, feeling sorry for a guy is a mental illness. Roommate, me, see that coat? He wore the exact same thing the night of the first snowfall while he admired the flakes with another girl. Roommate, screw that two-timing scum, let him freeze. When I finally showed up at the dorm entrance, Chase's lashes looked rimed with frost. That first snowfall had lasted 2 straight days, and the post-flake chill was brutal. Chase's jaw was so stiff he could barely speak. Serena, your roommate said you went to an exhibit? Yep. Been wanting to go, and today I finally had time. Shocked by my calm, his voice quavered. You haven't forgotten what today is, have you? I stared, silent. He took my silence for guilt. Days of bottled hurt, disappointment, and fear detonated. I could almost see a shimmer of tears in his eyes. How could you forget a day this important? I planned everything for today, just so we could celebrate our anniversary happily. I told him to chill and offered a half-hearted shrug. It's only an anniversary, there's a ton of holidays every year. We can do the next one. Torment flooded his features. He stepped forward and wrapped his arms around me. Serena, what's gotten into you lately? Yeah, I bailed on you that day, but I explained everything. Am I unforgivable now? I wanted to ask how exhausting all this acting must be. Last night I'd already seen Luna's little red post ranting because Chase insisted on spending the anniversary with me in Riverdale. One person can make me hate a whole city. Drag that certain someone back from Riverdale tomorrow. Below the curse she'd slipped in my initials. My roommate thought he'd been frantically phone stalking me while waiting outside, but he was probably juggling texts with Luna, coaxing her back into gray zone flirting. I gave him a nudge. He buried his head in my shoulder and refused to move, playing the broken heart, forgive me lover. Chase, don't start believing your own performance. Right then his cell rang. I felt him jolt. Answer it, I urged. He stayed put, mumbling, don't want to stay like this with you. The caller dialed over and over. I clicked my tongue. Annoying. Pick up, or I'll think you're scared. The breath on my neck froze. He'd tensed. Realizing he couldn't dodge it, Chase straightened and pulled out his phone. In that instant we looked like rivals hiding aces up our sleeves. Chase was praying it wasn't Luna and ready to block her if it was. I was hoping it would be her, so I could enjoy him flailing in panic. Too bad. Luna still had brains and tactics. She had one of Chase's buddies place the call. When he saw the name on screen he exhaled in relief, even smirked. To prove his clean conscience, he flicked on speaker. Yo, Q, what gives? Ignoring my calls? Yeah, just got discharged. We're rolling tonight, only you missing. Chase answered without thinking, can't. With my girl, laters. Don't hang up, dude. We know you two are disgustingly happy, but only seeing wifey and ditching bros? Not cool. The rest chimed in, ragging on him for being whipped. Chase cussed back, yeah, I only have eyes for my wife, stop wrecking the vibe. After he hung up he looked at me for approval. I asked, who's Yao? Teammate. Busted his ankle kicking last month. Many things had changed while I wasn't looking. Chase used to pour every detail of his life into my ear. Now a friend who obviously hangs with them is a stranger to me. He noticed and rushed to patch it. I smiled, my first kind expression in days. I am mad, and today I was wrong too. Your buds insisted, go. He shook his head like a rattle. Nope. Staying with you. Still sweet, I added, I'll come with you. I want to know your world better. Chase lit up, eyes sparkling. Really? Serena, the silent treatment was killing me. Come on, I'll book tickets. Luna wanted him dragged back? Fine, I'd deliver him myself. Since the Cold War had thawed, Chase wouldn't stop babbling the whole Taylor ride. When the cab reached the private KTV floor, the grin fell off his face the moment we stepped inside. His buddies each had pretty, half-dressed girls perched on their laps, having a ball. Chase clamped a hand over my eyes with one arm and pulled me back out with the other. Q, don't jet. They scrambled up, shooing the girls while winking at one another. Sis, don't think twice, our boy's a saint, only got eyes for you. Just dudes being dudes, kidding around. Chase shoved the arm draping him and Jamie barked, jokes? My Serena's squeaky clean, she'll think it's filth and I'll never hear the end of it. The room erupted in teasing laughter, and they apologized to me. Once introductions were done, Chase peeled mandarins, poured soda, and hovered like a hummingbird. I cleared my throat twice. He immediately checked my forehead, ordered the smokers to stub out, cracked a window, and cranked the heat. Yao moaned, bro, I'm the invalid here, how come only she rates the VIP service? Chase bounced an orange off him. Because Serena let me come, you're here only by association. Yao raised a glass. To the queen who keeps our boy in line. I smiled, clinked, sipped. After a while I told Chase I was tired and wanted to head to our hotel first. Chase grabbed his jacket to escort me out, but I pushed him back. Don't spoil their fun. Hang out longer. He fussed. You coughed. Are you coming down with something? No, I'm going with you. I pushed him through the doorway. Stop being dramatic, your friends will roast me. Only then did he reluctantly stay. I didn't leave the venue. After a bathroom detour, I settled on a low couch around a corner where no one would notice, and waited. The real show was about to start. The girls who'd been ushered out started back in. Soon Luna arrived, makeup flawless, chin high in stiletto boots. A wrist wearing a Panda Daytona yanked her inside. Chase. Cheers and whistles exploded. Dude, I almost suffocated. Oscar-worthy acting, right? I texted you from the car. Keep your pants zipped, jerks. Blame Luna, she ordered the skit. You brave enough to scold her? Luna snorted. He wouldn't dare. I said he'd have no anniversary, and he won't. Kiss. Kiss, the crowd howled. Sickening. I steadied my breath and WhatsApp Chase. On second thought, bailing on your friends feels rude. I'm sending hangover soup, arriving soon. Inside the room Luna suddenly squealed in pain. Through the crack of the door I watched Chase shoot to his feet, phone in hand. Luna, draped on him, nearly flipped backward. The farce erupted. You have to leave, Serena's coming. Chase, I'm staying. Throw me out and we're done. Ignoring her, he stuffed her coat and bag into her arms and dragged her toward the exit. Friends tried to mediate. Bro, that study nerd girlfriend looks impossible to please. Just dump her and date Luna for real. Chase kicked a table with a thunderous crash. One more word and I'll lose it. Pointing at the girls, he roared, get them out, now. Shouts, sobs, chaos. Moments later Luna dashed out with raccoon eyes, and the guys were kicking the girls out a second time, urging the waiter to clear the booth faster. Chase's fingers flew over his phone. Serena, almost here? I'll come down and get you. I answered lightly, forget it. I'm not coming, have fun, guys. Chase froze, stunned and disappointed. The guys who'd been irritable all night finally exploded. The hell? She's playing us. Luna threw this party for you and you just let her walk out. I'll call her back. Chi-Ge, go sweet talk her. At the same time I rang Chase. He killed their call mid-dial and picked up. Baby, what's wrong? It's not that I don't want to come. I just feel like your friends don't really like me. How could that be? But if they make you uncomfortable, let's ditch them and go on our own date. Leaving the grumbling crowd behind, Chase hurried out. Watching him jog toward me, cheeks pink, grin wide, I drifted for a second, time folded back. We munched roasted sweet potatoes along Eastbrook's snowy streets. We raided claw machines until he'd landed me piles of Doraemon plushies I loved. We caught a midnight screening, phones purposely off. He held my bubble tea straw to my lips and said no one was allowed to disturb us. The clock struck 12, credits rolled. Chase wrapped me tight. Serena, I'm so happy, thank you for staying with me. Every anniversary from now on, I'll make you even happier. I just smiled. The past 24 hours had zigzagged so wildly it would be the most unforgettable anniversary of his life. But Chase, there is no from now on. This is our last anniversary. Thinking he'd soothed me, he was visibly elated. Somebody else refused to be happy. That night was outright humiliation for Luna. She deleted the update. With her pride, she couldn't let it slide. I waited quietly. On my third day back in Riverdale, she friend requested me on WhatsApp using the exact same profile pic I had. Top scorer, enjoying the couple avatar I picked for you? Too bad, my boyfriend's about to switch his to please me. If you like the pic so much, keep it, clown. LOL. A minute later she swapped to the matching guy avatar. At noon the same Chase who'd stayed on the phone with me for hours changed his pic to pair with hers. Then my phone buzzed. He sent me Luna's new avatar. Baby, let's use couple avatars. Look, cute, right? The same trick, second serving. Disgusting. Exactly what I texted back. Me, disgusting. Chase? Serena, what's up? Me, juvenile. Makes me nauseous. His bubble flickered typing, forever, floored by my revulsion. It's kinda ugly, my bad. You choose, anything you pick, I'll love. Me, busy. This new one suits you fine. Leave it. I changed my own avatar to a double slit interference pattern. Maybe Chase's so-called devotion also has wave-particle duality. The second you observe it, it collapses into an unwatchable mess. When he saw I'd junked even the old couple avatar, Chase panicked. He hurriedly switched his back. Serena, if you hate the new one, let's both go back to the original, okay? I ignored him. After several unanswered please he whined down the line, baby, please change yours, please? I closed my textbook with a snap. Are you annoying or what? Don't you have anything better to obsess over than this stupid icon? His breath caught, stung by the frost in my voice. He swallowed, then croaked, hurt. I just thought couples look closer with matching pics. Every time I see your physics experiment avatar my chest feels hollow. I stared at him through the screen. So staring at the matching girl avatar makes you feel close, like a real couple? He looked away, guilt finally shutting him up about avatars. I have my last final Monday. When are you done? We can fly home together. I shook my head. My parents are taking vacation in River Hainan. We won't be back till New Year. River Hainan? You never told me. He gaped, then flexed jokingly. I'm free, let me tag along as luggage boy. Just then my roommate walked in, saw him on the screen, rolled her eyes, and muttered that she needed me to hang up. I took the cue, waved. Not convenient. Go home. Bye. On move-out day, he flew north, I flew south, opposite directions. In t-shirts and shorts my parents and I soaked up sun, sand, and a rare guilt-free holiday. My mood lifted day by day. Under a beach umbrella, sipping coconut water, I calmly told them about Chase two-timing me. Mom stroked my hair, heartache and anger mingled. I thought that kid was good, hardworking, sweet to you. Genetics don't lie, he's his father's copy. Trash. Dad cleared his throat. Life's a battlefield. Never give your back to someone like that. Better to find out early. From then on whenever Chase called they stayed coolly polite, leaving him uneasy. Is it me, or are your parents upset about something? I told him he was imagining it. He nodded, cheered up. Yeah, they adore me. Anyway, only a few days till New Year. See how much good stuff I've stocked? Hams, vintage wine, pastries, supplements, all tailor-made for our tastes. 5 winters ago, Chase had endured his worst spring festival. His mom dragged him to confront his dad, hoping holiday sentiment might squeeze out a drop of conscience. Chase refused. She wept and cursed, smashing furniture while neighbors celebrated, the scene twice as bleak against the backdrop of fireworks. Mortified, Chase fled the gossiping circle. My parents sighed, adult sins, paid by the child. Mom sent me after him, bring him back, don't let anything happen. I bought a steaming, honey-dripping roasted sweet potato and split it with him. Taylor, I skirted his family mess and only asked, do you like spare ribs? Love M. Leafy part or stem part of bok choy? Stems. I like the leaves. Mom's making ribs and greens tonight, you eat stems, I eat leaves, zero waste. Okay. From that year on he showed up early every New Year's, filling our house with noise and a big meal. Even after his dad reclaimed him, the habit never broke. Next day, we flew home at noon and I posted an airport photo set to Luna only with the caption, landed. She'd know what I meant. At dusk Chase rang, thrilled yet mildly hurt. You're back? Why didn't you tell me? I'd have picked you up. Half an hour later his car stopped downstairs, trunk crammed with gifts. He trotted up, arms full, grinning ear to ear. Uncle, Aunt, early New Year's greetings. They didn't invite him in as warmly as before, instead they declined with distant courtesy. Chase, these are too expensive, we can't accept. His hands froze mid-air, smile cracking, eyes wide. He shot me a look, silently mouthed, what's going on? I started to answer when his phone rang. As if to prove insistence, the caller hung up, spammed several WhatsApp pings, then rang again. Answer it, I urged. Must be urgent. The room filled with his ringtone. He set the gifts down. Sorry, need to take this. He glanced at the caller, rejected it. After a quick scan of the messages sweat dotted his nose. Uncle, Aunt, family emergency. I'll come properly tomorrow. Happy early New Year. He mimed I'll call you tonight and bolted. I grabbed the presents and followed. Chase, I caught him, pushed the bags back into his arms. Take them. My parents won't accept. Hurt and bewildered, he asked. I knew something was off. What happened? He tried again to make me keep them. The phone shrilled. I stayed firm. Don't put me in a spot. Didn't you say it's urgent? Go. He gave me a helpless look. Serena, whatever it is we can fix it. I'll come as soon as I'm free. That night Chase never showed. Only Luna's taunt arrived, don't wait. He's with me. A side photo of him. Your childhood sweetheart cliché bores him. Our love-hate drama is the real script. For the first time I answered her deadpan, garbage boy? Take him. Luna predictably exploded. Serena, you're nothing special. Think you're irreplaceable? Watch me. Sure enough, the next day she live-streamed every detail of their date. The first photo. The two of them split a roasted sweet potato, both flashing twin peace signs. Who still eats that in this decade? I'm dying, 0 stars. The second photo. Chase had stuffed a whole claw machine zoo into a heart-shaped hall for her. None of them are Jellycat, 0 stars. The third photo. Bubble tea and movie stubs on display. We've already sat through a million movies together, so this date is still 0 stars. She had reenacted every beat of the anniversary chase and I'd just shared, then awarded each moment a spiteful thumbs down. Adults own their choices, so I would own my lousy taste in people and accept her 3-star demolition. I smiled. New year, new page, this mess ends today. I waited by the theater exit. Chase and Luna shuffled out with the dispersing crowd. Playfully, Luna looped his wool scarf around both their necks like a shared harness. Chase tilted his head away, face blank, and lifted the scarf off. Luna pouted, stomped, refused to budge. Whatever he muttered next coaxed her back into smiling as she latched onto his arm. I walked up, lifted a hand, gave a little wave. Hey, Chase. His spine snapped ramrod straight, every ounce of color drained from his face. He looked like he'd seen a Category 5 monster. Luna, who geotags every message so I won't miss the show, wasn't rattled in the least. Pride glittered in her eyes as she cuddled closer. Serena, long time no see. Only then did Chase unfreeze. He shoved her away. Serena, I cut him off with a flick of my fingers and nodded toward the cafe corner. Don't block the walkway, it's ugly. My gaze slid over them, cold enough to frost glass. That featherweight sentence seemed to snap his bones. Shoulders caving, teeth grinding, he elbowed Luna off when she tried to cling again. Back off, Luna snarled, refused to be ditched twice, her mouth curling downward, eyes shimmering with cheap tears. The pity play only made Chase glower harder. Before he could speak I dropped my voice to a blade-sharp cadence, each word a hammer. I said we talk in the cafe, all three of us. I won't repeat it a third time. Under my glare the freak show trio relocated to the coffee shop. Luna lifted her chin, all bluff, and claimed the first chair. I took the seat opposite. Chase started to drop beside me, so I parked my bag on the cushion and jerked my chin. You, opposite side. His chest heaved. He slammed a fist on the table, eyes bloodshot. Serena, what the hell do you want? I ignored him, waved the server over, ordered 3 lattes. Once the waitress left, Chase's storm had already blown itself out. He watched me like a condemned man begging commutation. Serena, it's not what you think. I pressed a finger to my lips, then smiled at Luna. Actually, we saw each other recently, twice. The first snow morning? Those matching outfits were adorable. And that bar crawl you dolled up for? Sorry you made the trip for nothing. Even Luna froze. Chase's whole frame started to tremble. Disbelief shredded his face. Every excuse, every scrap of hope disintegrated right there. He wanted to yell that yesterday's bolt, today's farce, was all blackmail, Luna threatening to storm my parents' house if he didn't play along. He hadn't meant it, any of it. But every syllable crumpled into one broken confession. You saw everything. I'm scum. God, I'm such scum. Elbows on the table, he yanked fistfuls of his own hair, voice cracking. When he looked up again his eyes were scarlet, tears tracking loose. I'd never seen him cry, not through every hard knock year we'd survived. Luna bored holes through me. Since you already know, me and Chase. Chase barked for her to shut up, then pivoted to me, frantic. Serena, I swear I don't feel a thing for her, it was stupid messing around. My future only ever included you. I never wanted a breakup. Give me one more shot, I'll cut her off clean. Luna's face bleached. Chase, you bastard, what did you just say? Once, his tears would have gutted me. Now they rolled, pathetic, pooling as he begged for absolution I would never hand over. I felt nothing, except a vindictive high. Chase, have you no self-respect? He blinked, stunned I could brand him that way. Luna humiliated you, made you crawl in high school, and you still crawled into bed with her. Disgusting. I already regret throwing that punch for you back then. At that his last shield shattered. I rose. Chase, we're done. Stay out of my sight. And you, Luna, enjoy the trash, no thanks necessary. I blocked every number they owned. A text from an unknown digits popped up. Serena, whatever happens, your parents were always good to me. Please, let me wish them a happy new year. I answered with a snort. They've heard every detail about you and Luna. Trust me, they'd rather skip the reunion. Pretty sure they already regret every meal they ever fed you. Winter break ended in a blink. Junior year, second semester launched, course load brutal. Yet Chase and Luna still found ways to clutter my life. He rode to Riverdale 4 times a week, camping outside my dorm tower until my roommate yelled, "Are those two insane?" Realizing the circus only dug his grave deeper, Chase finally retreated. Luna kept bouncing back with fresh burner accounts. Serena, you smug bitch. So high and mighty, yet your man still strayed. Haha, I know Emery, your class schedule, every path you take to the library. Watch your back, sunrise isn't guaranteed. Screenshots, straight to campus police, harassment, intimidation. Her mother cornered me, pleading for leniency. I declined. Talk to your daughter about obeying the law and respecting herself. Word as officers escorted her out of a lecture hall in front of the entire department. Instant celebrity, infamy edition. After release she hunted Chase down, red-nosed and pitiful. Chase, you'll just let Serena ruin me? He almost laughed. She spoke facts. You knew I had a girlfriend and still threw yourself at me, begging forgiveness for past crap. Let's be honest, you only like my new price tag. No strings attached, you said. Where's the self-respect in that? She grabbed his collar, sobbing curses. They scuffled until both stormed off, finished for good. With Luna neutralized, Chase assumed he could reboot us. His fresh pursuit sounded like barking to me. Mercifully, karma intervened. Luna's pregnancy test showed 2 lines. Chase's reply, 2 words, get rid, cold sterling DNA blooming in full. Luna's mother wept while withdrawing her from school. Chase got snared in the family vice and was forced to take a gap year retake as well. Before heading home he showed up one last time. I went downstairs. A single month had hollowed him, cheekbones sharp, eyes dim. Hope flickered when he saw me. You left before I could explain. I never loved Luna. But when someone who used to mock you suddenly kneels, it went to my head. I cut those loser friends off. I told myself one last fling, then I'd chase my grad school entrance and transfer to Riverdale. I listened without a sound. Serena, I'm quitting to retake the entrance exam. Give me a year, I'll make it to Riverdale University. I shook my head. If AU is just for me, don't bother. My Heidelberg PhD admit is already locked. Even if he clawed his way in, I'd be halfway across the ocean. Accepting defeat, he pinched the bridge of his nose, exhaled raggedly. We promised we'd stay together. I can't let go. I gave him the last answer I owned. Campus tricks you into thinking we're on the same road. Chase, we were never headed the same direction, we just caught the same traffic light. The light turned green, time to diverge. Chase, goodbye. Thanks for listening to today's story. If you liked this video, please hit like and share it with friends. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more gripping tales. See you next time.